George, first of all, congratulations. Welcome to Denver. Really excited to be able to chat with you here today. I wanted to start out by asking you, over the last several years here, you've had many opportunities to take the jump to become a GM. Why Denver and why now?
Well, it's an iconic franchise and with a winning tradition. And, we've played there over the years and the fan base is incredible. It's a rabid fan base and they love football. And it was just, throughout the interview process, which is first class, I really felt a connection, with everyone, I met with, whether it was Brittany or John Elway, Vic Fangio, you name it. I mean, I really felt connected, thought we had a shared vision on how we were going to build this thing. And John Elway is going to hand you the baton. I mean, what a greater honor than take the baton from John Elway. So really, really excited.
Have you had a chance to look over this roster much? In your statement the other day, you mentioned that the team was sort of a sleeping giant.
I have. I've looked at it. I haven't done a total deep dive. I haven't had the time, but they do have a good core of young players. And the record doesn't reflect that because they had so many injuries. But I do think they have a good core of young players that with this coaching staff will keep getting better. So, yes, on the tape I evaluated, I do think it's a roster that can develop quickly.
You mentioned a shared philosophy with John Elway, Vic Fangio. How do you plan on building a winner here in Denver?
Yeah, it's about the people, first of all, the players, the people you bring in your organization. And then you have to draft and you have to develop. You have to draft and develop talent in this league to win and sustain. So I think that's our philosophy. Now we're going to be aggressive. We're going to acquire talent any way we can, whether it's free agency, practice squad coaches, waiver claims. We're always going to look for talent, but drafting and developing, will be our philosophy.
That was the other thing you mentioned in your statement. You said be aggressive, but not reckless. How do you walk that line? I mean, clearly in Minnesota, weren't afraid to make some big moves there.
I just think you have to know where you are as a team, and that's really important. Before you can move forward, you really have to know where you are as a team, and that in turn determines your aggressiveness. But I think you're involved in every deal that's out there, and then you can discuss and collaborate and just determine if you want to make that jump. But it's really important to be involved with everything so you don't miss a deal, that may get by you. So, and it will be aggressive, involved. Doesn't mean we're going to always jump.
You mentioned the interview process that you had there with John Elway, Vic Fangio, Joe Ellis. Can you talk about the relationships that you were able to build with each of them?
It happened pretty easy. Just talking on the phone prior to the interviews. I thought the conversation, again, I thought we had shared vision. I thought the conversation was very easy. I felt that we were like-minded. Joe, myself, John, and really Vic talked about football, talked about life, family, our values, and it just was really easy, talking with the group and so I was early very interested in this job.
What was the connection like with Vic Fangio? Because obviously the relationship there with GM and head coach is so crucial.
It was great. I mean, Vic and I thought it was really easy, and unfortunately I had to, in Minnesota, we had to go against Vic Fangio's defense quite a bit with Chicago. So always had great respect for him. We have a lot of, shared friends. So I knew a lot about Vic, but just sitting down and talking football and talking about where he came from, where I came from, I thought we had a shared vision. I really respect Vic as a human being and as a football coach. And I really look forward to being aligned with him and working with him down the road.
I know you grew up in Los Angeles and you played quarterback growing up. Were you aware of another young quarterback in the area just a little bit ahead of you and John Elway growing up?
Oh, I think so. Yeah. Everyone was. I mean, everyone wanted to be John Elway, where I grew up in Los Angeles. The only problem, he went to Stanford. I was a big UCLA fan. My dad played at UCLA, so loved John Elway until he played the Bruins.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's a couple of Bruins within the organization that are excited to welcome you. I just had a couple more for you here. I know that you've spent nearly 20 years working alongside Rick Spielman. What are you going to take from him and that relationship that you built with him? And how hard was it to leave a great organization like the Vikings?
Yeah, I mean, the Vikings are a wonderful organization. It's special, and it's a special place because the ownership and the people. And I always talk about the people, and the Wilf family have really brought together some special people. And one of those special people is Rick Spielman, and I can't speak enough about him. There's no one closer in this world than Rick. We've been together 20 years side by side. We always laugh. I'm closer to Rick than I am with my wife because I'm with him all day and most nights. So Rick is one of the best at what he does, but he's even a better human being, a better father, a better husband. So I've learned, obviously, most of what I know through Rick in football, but really, to be a man and how to be a great human being from him. So he's a special individual. I'm going to miss him. It was hard to leave him, but he's very supportive of me, and he wants what's best for me and my family. But we'll be connected forever.
Of course. You mentioned your family here. Are they excited to be able to move to Denver? I know this must be a big move, not just for you, but for the entire family.
Yeah, everyone's really excited. We're obviously from Southern California, and so we get to get closer to home. My wife's really excited. My son, his biggest disappointment is he didn't want to leave Justin Jefferson. But I told him, we got Jared Judy and Cortland Sutton, so now he's back on track. And my daughter, she was a little down. She's 13, but once she learned that they have a great ballet theater company in Denver, she's excited as well. So the whole family's fired up. I'm fired up. We can't wait to get rolling.
Well, 300 days of sunshine here in Colorado. So not necessarily true that it snows all the time here. Certainly not like Minneapolis.
It's snowing right now. So I look forward to the sunlight.
I heard your son was a big hockey player. Is that true? And is he going to become an Avs fan now?
I think he will. Everyone's a big hockey player here in Minnesota. It's Hockey USA. He's been playing hockey since he's 4, so we're going to have to find him a good hockey club. But he's looking forward to it.
Well, George, thank you for spending some time. I know that this is a hectic weekend trying to make the move to Denver here, so really appreciate your time.
Great meeting you, Phil. Look forward to seeing you down the road.